Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for being here. I hope you guys are okay. I have missed you all so much. So this video is going to be a mixture of like negative, but I'm going to try my best to be positive in it because I don't like to be one of those people that becomes a burden on you. So like, I just want to open up in this video and just share with you guys everything that has been going on behind the scenes. So the first thing I want to talk about is just this past year, because there's been a huge increase of hate towards the Asian community, and unfortunately that is something that is not new to me. I am not shocked by that. I knew this was going to happen because I have experienced racism my whole entire life. I knew Asians were going to be targeted because of COVID, because COVID, unfortunately, the disease, it happened in China, and unfortunately it spreaded across the whole entire world. And what really angers me is the lack of empathy people have and the lack of education people have as well. And I feel like because I am a social media person, because my life is on social media and I make an income doing social media, because I'm on social media all the time, I just see so much abuse towards the Asian community, and it really has torn me down, and it has become very challenging for me to create content. And on top of that, there's a lot of other things going on in my personal life that also affected me. It's been really difficult producing content and uploading it online because I have that going on in the back of my head, and I feel like such a bad person for not advocating it enough. And I have tried my best to advocate the increase in hate crimes towards Asians the past year, especially when I first found out that elderly Asians were being targeted. That's when I was like, no, I actually really need to be vocal about this. And I felt like my stories and everything were just being ignored on Instagram, and it was just really frustrating because you would think someone with over 1 million followers on Instagram and who has a verified account, they would have such a huge impact. I honestly felt like I didn't do a good enough job when I first started talking about it, and then the more I spoke about it and tagged brands in Instagram stories, because they have a much bigger influence as well. I mean, some makeup brands that I work with have 10 million followers on Instagram. Like, it's crazy. Like, you'd think me having a relationship with those big brands, I would have an ally, but I felt like I was being ignored. And that really challenged my mental health, and it really made me think, do I still want to do social media as a career? Because I love my community, I love my dumpling fam. Like, there's a reason why I call you guys that. There's a reason why I still do what I do, because you guys watch me consistently. So yeah, it's been really stressful dealing with that. Good news that some big makeup brands I know are going to try their best to use their platforms to help support the Asian community, and also they are going to be doing a lot of work behind the scenes to help the Asian community and spread awareness, which is amazing. But I just feel like it wasn't until someone died that's when all of a sudden people start to realize how serious the Asian hate crime is. That's where it kind of really peed me off, because it's like, I've been tagging these brands, telling these brands like, you need to help us, we need allies, we need you to spread awareness. Bearing in mind, these are makeup brands who also take Lunar New Year's, which is a very big part of our Asian culture. It's a very serious event. We celebrate it like it's New Year's and Christmas combined. They'll make skincare and makeup products that are Lunar New Year themed, and then they go ahead and sell it to the Asian market, obviously. But they wouldn't post anything about the Asian hate crime, and it just absolutely infuriated me. Even though some makeup brands are trying to do better, I just don't want this to happen again. I did do an IGTV as well where I opened up more about the hate crimes towards Asians and how you guys can help. To be honest, the best way you can help is to call it out. Even if it's subtle racism, like say for example, you're out with a group of friends and one of your friends is Asian and another person isn't, and they go ahead and say something along the lines of, oh, don't eat that, you'll cause a disease, like just something like that. Even if they mean it in a jokey way, still call it out, because stuff like that can cause so much trauma, and that is something people don't realize. I'm at the point where I am actually really scared to go out food shopping, like I need Nathan with me all the time in order for me to feel safe. So just stuff like that, it causes trauma, and it can ruin someone's confidence, it can ruin someone's self-belief, it can cause so much harm than good. Another thing that you can do is to just continue to educate yourself. Like, I am so annoyed that the UK education system did not teach this in schools. I didn't know what yellow face was until a few years ago, and I will put up some screenshots of examples of yellow face. Yellow face is basically where a non-Asian person wears prosthetics and makeup to make them look like an Asian person, and they'll do their hair like an Asian person, they will wear Asian clothing, and they will act like a stereotypical Asian person as well, and they would do it in a very negative way. I did a whole entire Instagram stories on this. I'll leave a link down below in the description box in case you guys like wanna watch it. It is really disheartening to see that, and the fact that it's not educated in school. I feel like it should be, even though it's very sensitive. I think something like that, even if they just spoke about it just a little bit, like have an open discussion about it, let people know like how wrong it is. Like, I just don't understand why something like this is being forgotten about. Another thing that I didn't know that is unfortunately getting forgotten about is the Chinese Exclusion Act. So in 1882, the President of America back then signed an act saying that no Chinese people were allowed to visit America, whether it's for work, whether it's for studying or any of that. Like, no, Chinese people were not allowed. The fact that it was so specific to a race, it wasn't like the Asian Exclusion Act, it was the Chinese Exclusion Act. And it got me thinking, like, oh my god, like, this is in the 1880s as well. And that's not even that long ago if you think about it. And this act was abolished in 1942. So, like I said, it wasn't even that long ago when this act was abolished, and it's just really frustrating how this type of history is forgotten about and no one's talking about it. Another thing that's been going on in my personal life is this big dream that did come true, but this dream is now a nightmare. Alright, I'm a bit shaky, so instead of me explaining the next issue that we have in our life, I'm gonna let Nathan explain, so.
Pressure, I might get nervous, you know.
You're making me feel better.
I'm joking, so what are we talking about?
You know, the thing.
Oh, that thing.
The thing. I haven't said anything.
Oh, you haven't said anything. Okay, so basically what's happening is we bought an apartment. It's the first place that we're buying. That's the good news. And everywhere we looked, nothing really satisfied us apart from this place, because it's off plan. It's really brand new, but it's so brand new that it's not ready yet. And because it's not ready yet, you can have such things as like delays, which is what's happened to us. So this is the bad news. So the bad news is, well, the good news is we got a place. It's almost done. It's almost ready. The bad news is we have to leave our current place, which we're renting, mid-April. And the bad news is that we can't move in right away to this place, as there's been some slight delays. Now the apartment is 90% ready. They've literally got to fit in a few things, which will make that in time by mid-April. The only thing that's not going to be on time for mid-April is the power company, which is something that the developers can't control. And the power company people, it's a case of they won't be there till approximate end of April. So we've got 2 weeks minimum, maybe another 2 weeks on top of that if you want buffer time, where we don't really have anywhere to stay. So we're renting an Airbnb. So, but we're treating it like a holiday. I won't say where we're going. We're going to be somewhere uptown in London. We're just going to try and enjoy that for 2-3 weeks. But the problem is we've got to then put most of our stuff in storage, then bring only what we can to the Airbnb without really intruding and making a place too much ours, because it's not ours. Because we have animals, we have pets. It's not like we could stay with our families, because most of, well, my side family, a lot of them have animals, so I couldn't clash them with our cats. Ling hasn't got the space for her mum's, and plus I don't really trust our animals because they're indoor cats at other people's places, because people leave windows and doors open. I'd rather just be me and Ling and the cats. On top of that, Airbnb not everywhere allows animals, so we kind of didn't really get a choice. But saying that, we did pick somewhere really nice. It is quite small, but hey, we're only there for hopefully 2 to 4 weeks. But we've had some good news this morning with emails back with solicitors, so we're looking to only be there for maximum 4 weeks, hopefully minimum 2 weeks. But the timing hasn't been great, and we did want to be in mid-April because we have to leave here mid-April, but hey, life happens.
So that's what's been going on. So I had the racist shit that I had to deal with online, and then whenever I go offline, I had to deal with our apartment. So yeah, it's really annoying because the way I planned to share this big news with you guys, I was gonna go all out. I was gonna, you know, get Nathan to do lots of B-roll shots. I was gonna, you know, really edit this video where I wanted to share with you guys in a very like, I don't know, in a very
it's supposed to be a positive thing, but there's been a bump in the road along the way. But I think once we're in there, we'll feel much better about it. It's just the fact that it hasn't gone to script. If you think of it as a content creator, try to put yourself in Ling's shoes. Ling has loads of ideas for content creation, and a lot of it she's waiting to kind of get in a better circumstance to be in this place where she can do the photos and videos that she wants and she envisions. So having this delay is also going to put some pressure and annoyance on her because she has to now wait to do this really good content and ideas that she has. So you can imagine that's probably really frustrating.
Anyway, so that is what we wanted to share with you guys. That was our biggest news. I didn't want to share it with you guys without Nathan because this is our new huge chapter in our life. Apparently.
Anyway, do you still need me? I'm hungry.
No, you can go make dinner now.
Yay. Do you want dinner?
No.
Are you making your own dinner?
I'm making my own dinner, yeah.
Oh, independent woman.
We always make our own food.
I don't mind making you food. Like, I'm going to make food.
I don't like some of the food he makes.
What are you going to make? What are you going to make? What's so good? What's so good that you're going to make?
You make heavy
meat and rice.
Food.
Meat and rice. What are you making?
I'm going to have fish with salad. With a tiny bit of rice.
You enjoy that. I'm going to go eat a proper meal. Anyway, thanks for having me. Be positive.
Bye. So I had those two things going on at the same time, which was very stressful to experience, to be very honest with you guys. And I think what made it kind of more worse was that I wasn't able to go see my friends and family because we are still in lockdown in the UK, and lockdown is going to be a little bit lifted in mid-April, and that is the time when me and Nathan move into our Airbnb. And because we are moving into an Airbnb in the heart of London, at least we're able to go out to restaurants, do a little bit of shopping. So I am trying my best to think of that, but it just sucks because whenever I'm really sad and stressed out, the first thing I do is that I contact my friends or someone in my family and we just hang out and I just forget about all my problems and we just enjoy each other's companies. Like, I really miss human interactions, and I always knew I was a proper people person. Like, I love talking to people, I love listening to people, I love asking questions, I love getting to know people, especially when I meet new people as well. So yeah, I'm sorry that this video wasn't super positive, and I'm sorry that it wasn't a traditional video where I review makeup for you guys. But starting from next week, it's going to be a lot of packing, it's going to be a lot of decluttering, it's going to be a lot of homey type of videos, which I really do hope you guys can join me on. I know you love it whenever I post declutter videos, so I really hope you guys stick with me. And I just can't wait to show you guys my home, my apartment. Honestly, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And the fact that it's brand new as well, that's what makes me a little bit more excited. So yeah, I can't wait to share this whole new journey with you guys, and I'll see you very soon.